Okay, this is the meeting of the Salem County Improvement Authority. It is March 25th, 2013. It's 5 p.m. and we're in the lower level of the, what do you call this place? Finwall Building. Call the meeting to order. Stand salute to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. I'm sorry. Notice this meeting has been provided to the public in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act by publication in the South Jersey Times, formerly today's Sunbeam, and the Elmer Times newspaper, circulated in Salem County by posting notice to the Salem County Clerk's Office. Copies of the board minutes and the video of this meeting are posted on SCIANG.com. Okay. Well, first off, I think we ought to welcome our new member and acknowledge that he has been appointed and acknowledge that he has been sworn in. Bob, we're going to say. Bob. With the field. Robert. You have been sworn in and you have signed the oath of office. So I think we have a legitimate person sitting at the table. Is that correct?
An official.
Official, okay.
I'm official. I'm legitimate also.
I'd like to make a motion, we make him the alternate secretary.
Okay, that's what we got to do, right?
Second.
Moving to second. Any question on the motion? Bob, you want to take that position?
It's my position.
Pardon?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, moving to second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, roll call, please.
John Over.
Here.
Brown Howard.
Present.
Pete Burris.
Here.
Hugh Snyder.
Here.
And Bob Whitfield.
Whitfield, yes.
Whitfield.
Okay.
Okay, we're all here. We have the minutes of the reorganization meeting of February 18th. Entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any question on the minutes? Corrections, modifications? Hearing none, moving second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
One abstention.
You got it, okay.
We'll have a little discourse on that a little later. We always talk about whether you can vote on the minutes. It's an inside joke. Okay, we got that. Solid Waste Division report behind tab 2.
Good evening. Before I start this evening, I'd like to introduce Lynn Schmidt, our site manager from the landfill, who came to the meeting tonight. Lynn, would you like to stand up for a second? This is the site manager. If you have any specific questions about anything tonight, it would be good to ask him for particulars on any issue that I can't answer. Right, Ron? Okay. In front of you, behind tab 2, you have my statistical report with the charts and also my written report. I'm going to bring up just a couple of highlights on the written report because I know you guys like the revenue side of it. We have maintained 2.75 hours to date of overtime. That's all we've had this year, and that was for leachate hauling out on a significant rain event. Slightly contaminated cover material is up to $46,766.21, and our non-Salem County entities have provided around $45,000 to $5,000 each month as additional. Interestingly enough, our convenience center revenue year-to-date between 2013 and 2012 is only down slightly a little bit. It's interesting how that really hasn't really significantly changed that much. It's about the same. We've increased in other tonnage, obviously, from the non-Salem County entities coming in, but our construction demolition debris is down half of what it was last year. Does anyone have any questions about my written report or the statistical report that you have in front of you?
I'll start off. I disagree with your color coding because the negatives on the revenue, you have the green for the positive, but when they're lower on the negative, you should make them green, the other red, but that's, I'll let that slide. You follow?
I got you.
You follow?
That's what that little parentheses means, but
Yeah,
that's
right.
okay. We don't
That's
even have
okay.
to color code
That's
it.
okay.
How about I not even color code it?
That'll work.
Would that work? That would work. Okay, that was spicing it
I
up.
was
a
looking
little
at it, I
bit.
said, why'd she say that pan? That's
You
good.
get that, okay. Anybody else have any questions?
But, yeah,
See, no, it's not
really,
really down that much, which, that's pretty good.
I don't understand where you are here. February 12, February 13.
Well, we're comparing it year-to-date from the previous year.
Oh, not really, this is month, year-to-date's over here.
No,
Cover,
same month, previous year.
I understand. It was
Okay.
50,000 last year, and only
You're looking
3,000?
at cover. Okay, go ahead.
Is that true? 50,000?
Yes, yes, because, remember, it fluctuates. This is slightly contaminated
I
material
understand.
coming in. Sometimes you have large loads, large
Yeah, but
jobs.
it was that much last year?
Yeah,
Okay.
at
That
this
was the
time,
only-
at this same time, I had a large job
understand.
coming in.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
That was the
don't
only
look at
number that
John.
looked,
Yeah, don't look at that.
that was good.
Because actually, I have continuous things coming in now. I don't have any real large jobs coming
Yeah.
in.
Okay.
So-
Anybody else have a, yes, sir?
Mr. Chair, if I could, Melinda, is there any progress on the PSEG from, you know?
PSEG, I'm sure, I'm not following it.
Yeah, there were conversations taking place, still
Well,
maybe trying
there
to
is
see if we can
continuous-
get
Oh,
it in there.
additional material. Well, we
Yeah.
have some of that rivergrass coming in now.
Okay.
Yes. Other additional material? No. I
Okay.
haven't really heard anything from them. And they did ask me about flow control at a recent meeting I was at outside of the office.
Gotcha.
Can you get more of these made? There's two
No,
here.
Lou,
And,
one per person.
Well, there wasn't one per person.
Oh, you didn't have one?
I had it, I just shared it with Bob,
Oh.
all right? And I
Well,
just think
see,
I took-
mine's not color.
I think I just took,
I can give
Yeah,
you
mine's
mine.
gone.
I think it is, all right?
I can, by the way, hello, it's nice to meet you, I'm
I'll take
Melinda. This is not a color one, but you're certainly more than,
Yeah,
you
take
can
mine.
certainly have
You
mine.
can interpret your own colors.
Yeah,
I
take
can
my
make
color.
another one and interpret your own color, see?
Give me
Ah,
the
it's funny.
non-color one.
Melinda,
Yes,
Because those colors stop me up.
2.75 overtime for the whole,
year-to-date this year,
Okay.
just for leachate going out, yeah, when we had a big rain event.
Spend for
and who's in charge of the overtime? We can use you at the prison and the jail.
That is correct.
We're
Oh,
using-
wouldn't they love me? Oh, boy.
No, use it now.
Can I tell you something? It all has to do with scheduling.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Very good. I want to congratulate you. That's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Okay,
Yeah, but
where are we
that's-
at? Salvage Supervisor report?
Oh, thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, is there any more questions?
Anyone have any other questions about the colors, or the graphs, or the charts, or anything else? It's a lot
Yeah,
to
so-
read in that written report, I know.
So, the main thing is, we know that revenue is up
Yes,
$100,000 for 2 months, which is not, which we anticipated. So hopefully you will, our best estimates are possibly coming true.
tonnage is up with some of the non-Salem County entities.
Yeah, well, that's what we think.
Yes.
That's what we think.
Other towns, right?
Yes, that's your other tonnage number. Compared to last year, same time, it's a pretty significant increase. And look at the total revenue landfill material also on that. That's pretty good.
I scraped it out.
Okay?
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, it's gonna kind of jump around, but because she's standing up, I gotta ask her. Somebody took the time to write a letter to compliment the shredding,
Yeah.
the document shredding.
Oh, yeah.
They actually sat down and said how
Mr.
nice the
Little.
employees were, how great of an event it is, and, I wanna thank you. I know you guys, that's your part of your job that you don't get paid extra for, that's
That's correct.
That's
And
salary.
interestingly enough, that gentleman thought that the vendor was our personnel. So I made sure I called him to let him know that that's a paid vendor that does that event, that I was the personnel.
Right.
So he understands that now.
That's great. I mean, for somebody to take time,
Yeah, isn't that
that they
nice?
were moved by a shredding event.
Yeah, that was nice. They
You
really do
guys are doing a
appreciate it.
wonderful job. Thank
They
you.
love the document shredding event. It's a very popular event. So we'll
Okay.
make sure we keep having it.
Any more questions? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order the report received and filed.
Thank you.
Okay, Bob, did you catch that? That's why we do, if you have an objection, rate it, then we can vote on it. Okay, the next item is the engineer's report. If you can give us a couple minutes on it.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our report's dated March 15th, which I believe the board has received copies of in their packets. Really, there's nothing to update from the report. I'll be happy to answer any questions. that any of the board may have.
Well, it's in one of the report, that we're going good on the new cell.
Right.
No,
Yep, everything's
no
fine.
kickbacks. I don't want to query you too much, because I don't have the answer on the leachate gun to sell. We're like in a holding pattern now.
We're in a holding pattern waiting for the analytical results to come back.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah, because we have a little
There's been
machine,
some
they think,
preliminary results, but not the final yet.
yeah.
Mhm.
That was still on the first load, one load a month, or one
One
load
load
a
a
we're-
day? One load a day?
Two loads a day,
No,
right?
no, first days, one load a day, we stopped
Right,
as of May 1st, or not May 1st, March 1st, we stopped.
we hauled in for a few, how,
Yeah, a little over 2 weeks, one load a day.
and they found, they think,
I haven't been involved in that, so I really can't
There was-
tell
they
you.
thought they
It's hard.
found some oil, right?
There was a sheen in their effluent on February 26th and again on March 1st. That's why we stopped the program.
May have come from us, may not.
They're pretty sure that it came from the tanker that was delivering the leachate at the time.
So we'll see how that goes. That'll certainly put a curveball in our planning, if that don't go well. Okay. So, any questions of the engineer for engineering report? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order the report received and filed. Hearing none, so ordered. Okay, we have bills for the solid waste division. Total of $584,779 paid by check, 0 on manual checks, and $11,093.40 for electronic payment. You've all had an opportunity to review the bills. Any questions on the bills?
Motion approved?
Motion approved. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any questions on the motion? No questions. Moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
You want that number for the resolution?
Yes, please.
16.
13, 16. Okay. Number 3, economic development update. Jim Smith, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have everyone has my written report in front of them regarding the scheduled meetings, our business development meetings that have been recent, and then we have the marketing and advertising. And as you know, the Finwell building that's transition has been completed. So if there are any questions on anything,
What do you mean the
Any questions?
transition's completed?
we used to handle that was an agreement, service agreement that we had with Stand Up for Sale. We handled the billing and everything for it, paid the bills for 18 months.
The
That
administration,
expired.
the financial administration, and we assisted in reducing the cost of operations. Bring it down,
Couple $100,000.
yeah, to $1,000 a year. And it was supposed to be for a period of time till they got organized. We finished it, we extended it a few months, and now we're out of it.
So they pay you back?
We didn't expend anything, we expended manpower, not anything we paid out of hand, out of pocket, they reimbursed us, which was very low. Matter of getting them organized, getting everybody marching to the same drummer. So we're out of that now. It's to our benefit too, because we're attending here, for good or bad. Any questions from
Any questions?
from the board?
Good.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
if I could, so we're saying that the Finlaw project manager is now a hat that you no longer wear, Jim, in the
That's
organizational
correct.
chart?
Right.
Very good.
We attended what was that, the South Jersey?
Sound off.
Sound off.
Sound off.
Thank you for going, and it was very informative, and
It was a very informative, it was a
Well,
actual
it's
TV
fun.
show and everything.
Yeah.
And there we start, and all right, and thank you for driving.
Yeah.
So we do
Okay.
it.
Any other questions? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. By the way, I should interject, Debbie Turner Fox is not here because her father-in-law passed away. She was here till noontime today.
I think it's your grandfather.
Grandfather,
Grandfather.
Barry's grandfather,
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was
her husband's grandfather.
I misunderstood.
97.
Really bad. Take that contract. At any rate, she was here till about noontime today. She probably was doing what have you, is this evening. So that's why she's not here. Okay, we have the bills, which is 17. For total amount $2,260.35.
Motion to approve?
Second?
Any questions on the bills? Moving to second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Okay, bills for the nursing home division. Okay, these bills are the normal bill every year, where it's a pass-through every month, where it's a pass-through from the county to the state. It's an amount of $17,066.85.
Motion to approve?
Motion approved, a second.
Second?
Move to second, any questions on the bills? Move to second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So ordered. Okay, number 5. Okay, this is the landfill committee meeting. Pete, you want to give us 10 seconds on this?
We went over the Hurricane Sandy response, the annual topographical survey, the landfill project, cell 8. We have a site voltage issue that we're dealing with. We have the permit renewals for storm water still pending. Wetlands mitigation plan and phasing. Recycling and handling plan we went over. Methane gas collection. The flow control, we're still waiting for the town to appoint their representatives so we can get that meeting together to move forward on the flow control. Capital budget, about the tank, the 2-tank system and 1 tank, and we got information on that. And the next month's meeting will be the first Thursday.
Says in 2C that a written emergency operating plan is required. TPGs.
Which number?
2C.
2C.
There's something back further that TPG, is that right?
Melinda?
I don't know what he's talking about, I'm sorry.
TPC.
It's emergency management. We have to do an emergency management plan.
We have one. We have an emergency.
Yeah, but that's,
What's the,
it needs to be updated, I
long
believe.
version of the TPG? That's somebody's initials?
Yes, it's,
Okay.
yeah, and that's it was the consultant of risk management consultant.
Oh,
We haven't, I don't think we've reviewed that yet, so.
That just
we have
got
not
to us
reviewed-
this
Okay.
week.
That just got to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
We're
TPG
required to
had
have
been-
that, and we're required to,
Submit to the state.
I believe so.
So there's something later on in the agenda that he backed out or something.
Oh, right, yeah.
They're ready
the
to put it out for
person-
bid again.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we received the 2012 plan, so we're reviewing that now. We
Right.
Just got it,
yeah.
yeah.
But I
Okay,
believe
you have an
we have to do it
emergency
every
plan
year.
for 2012?
Say again?
That's an emergency plan for 2012?
You know, it's not an
It's not,
emergency plan,
it's
it's a risk management
plan,
assessment.
an assessment
Yeah,
for all our
Of
facilities.
last year's operations.
correct.
And then we're gonna put out
Yeah, this looks like a Hurricane Sandy response where you need a written emergency plan. And
See, we didn't
Someone
have
else
any
is gonna
damage
be
from
doing it.
Hurricane Sandy, so we don't really
Mhm.
have any plan that we need to, I don't believe, write, but
so we're not doing it.
But the thing is, we have a risk management report showing risks. For example, we had an explosion of a
propane tank.
And really, the person fell down the hill, and God forbid everything went well, but we don't have a written response to how we would respond, how we would handle that. So one of the things we're to do is coming up is having a,
Consultant.
having a consultant, we're gonna have a group, state police, local fire departments, so forth, have a meeting to look at the facility. Matter of fact, some of that has already been done, haven't it, Melinda?
yes, we already had the meeting,
Okay,
yeah.
and because a lot of those people didn't know what was going on out here, okay, like state police said, wow, we've been out here in 5 years, big difference. Without Debbie being here to get into the details of it, that's what we're in the midst of, getting a plan like, who has a stretcher? You
Right.
know? And if they have the stretcher, who's gonna get down the hill to get the person up?
And it helps with our insurance too. We have all these plans in place. If there's trouble and the insurance company sees that we have this, then we're gonna have better rates.
And you're not on the JIF, right? You're not on the JIF.
No,
No. That's another question. Okay, so, where we at? I forgot where I'm at here. Okay, so, any other questions concerning the, solid waste committee? Hearing none, I'll, order that the, without objection, order the, report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay, Innovation and Technology Committee.
Well, we've struggled to get bids from people, as you know. And I think the most recently, we do have some offers, and PC Network is the outfit that apparently we're looking to go with. And I would suggest that we have some experience with them. They dealt with the county, was it last year, the year before, Dale? I don't know. But they dealt with the county for a while. And I think they're based out of.
Still are. They're still active with it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I suggest we hire a limousine and have a guy carry the messages back and forth. I think it would be half the price.
Well, I think the other part is the communication part would be with, we still have the network issue, which that won't be addressed with that. She's looking at used
That's all it
networks. And of course, we can look at them, and I've priced that before for just a home. It's pretty daggone pricey used, you working off a satellite, but it might be the answer for us. We'll know more, but we just got the information last week, and we really haven't had a chance to.
You know, I had suggested Hughes and also Dish. They provide the service too now for a home. That's only like $69 a month. Yeah.
Might be the answer for us. It was-
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, the kind of prices that people are talking about, we get like carrier pigeons maybe. Yeah. And the limousine, the chauffeur or something, yeah.
So if it's somebody we've dealt with before, that would probably be the way to go, if she's happy with it. Don't have.
All right, so hopefully we get that resolved. Any questions? Hearing none, without objection, order the report received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay.
Excuse me, John? I
Yes.
think you missed the Executive Finance Committee Personnel and Economic Development Committees.
You skipped from 1 to
Yeah,
5.
you jumped.
I bet.
There is no
Yeah,
economic
jump
development.
down.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
follow you, these guys
Yeah,
here.
why did I do that?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Ron, Personnel Committee, I know you had a meeting.
Yeah, we had a meeting, couple positions available for finance officer. That position has been posted, and also a position for a part-time labor position down to the solid waste division. And policy review, we're still in the process of updating some of our policies. Another one we're working on is travel policy. Safety program, we have new hazmat training coming up for new regulations, and a new eyewear program is due this year. Then under employment compensation, we talked about water employees in HR getting a raise, which is due coming up. And we expect to have our policies done by May, get some out. And I think that's about really it.
The question of the finance person, what we're doing now, we have Petroni, I always want to call him Panoni.
Nick Attorney?
The Petroni organization giving us 1 day every other week, I believe it is.
Till we hire somebody.
Yeah, well, one of the questions is, that's going pretty good. All the records are up to date. You wonder, do some arithmetic and see if it's really, the full-time position is really needed.
Well, what the catch is probably, is Petroni's helping us out until we get somebody else. He might want more money if we're gonna actually have him as our certified.
Oh, no, you wouldn't, I don't think you would do that.
Right, that's what
I
I'm,
think we did talk about hiring a person, also have him maybe once a month just come in and look things over also.
just keep it,
Yeah,
yeah.
in other words, a
Yeah.
Right.
for a supervisory position, because we've had trouble getting our entries in timely, and this year, the problem's solved. And I like to get it solved and then get back into the marsh, yeah?
Right.
So maybe we can, we get the report, the responses from the people who might want to fill the job.
Right. It's posted, right?
Okay, any questions on the personnel committee? Hearing none, I'll order the, without objection, I'll order the report received and filed. I hear no objections, so ordered. Okay, Economic Development Committee, okay, Debbie's not here, I filled in on it. Really the big thing we're trying to do now is get those 2 vacant lots filled over at the industrial park. They're privately owned, one's privately owned, anyway, actually there's 3 lots. They're all privately owned, 2.5 lots, I guess you call it. And there's been some interest, but nobody, a lot of tire kicking, but nobody to buy. Now, I know for a fact that at exit 10, that industrial park all of a sudden had a lot of vacancies, disappearing quickly. There are no small buildings left over there, none. How I know, because I just rented one, 30,000 square feet, that was the only one available. There's some big 150,000, 250,000 available, but only a couple. So the point is, once that gets filled up, you know, it might be our turn next.
Right, once the economy's picking up, there's gonna
Yeah.
be more need for those
But
size spaces.
those vacancies have to be filled, obviously.
That's a perfect fit right there near the entrance to
Yeah.
295.
So hopefully within the, maybe this season, this construction season, maybe we'll get some real, you know, interest.
Yeah.
They're not set on, you know, keep matrices out there. You know, I wonder where their first priority are. They have facilities elsewhere too, you know, so we're locked into that. At any rate, outside of any questions concerning that?
I guess they're listed with someone to sell?
Yeah,
or-
Matrix,
No, that's the group.
see, we got into, to tell you the truth, no one knows how we got into it, okay? Back in the 90s, the county made a deal with PSE&G and Matrix. It was a 3-party system. They got a $5 million grant. That grant was within 30 days of being lost. With the help of Phil Rowland, as a matter of fact, we saved it. And that was 7, 8 years ago, I guess. And we then put in the infrastructure, and the grant was for the infrastructure. And that was when and Bob, you would understand this, is when the wetlands law changed. And if we hadn't have put the application in before that change, probably 50% of the land would have went into wetlands. We got it in 30 days before the deadline, got it approved, and about 1,000 jobs over there now. So that was good.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
two or three vacancies, or, you know, not buildings, but properties. So, that being said, any other questions?
John, what's the average amount of time we're using on filling an open request? I see this month, we've about to use 10 hours so far.
Well, our open requests are down, Debbie told me, and she's not here to give the details, but she's keeping a record of it. You know, we've had quite a few hours, and by the way, there was a person who took us to task because we didn't, supposedly didn't fill the obligation in a timely manner, and they withdrew the complaint with the state. So there was 2 or 3 separate complaints. So those complaints are history.
Well, unfortunately, when they appealed or filed charges against us, that cost us money, legal money and staff, and then they just withdrew their appeal because they knew they were going to lose, but they made us spend all this money. I feel if somebody's going to appeal our, the decision or what happened, they're going to have to pay for the extra money that we spend in legal fees. Because this was an appeal that when it was going to be heard, they dropped the charges. After we spent another couple
I'll
of
ask our
thousand
attorney,
dollars.
what kind of luck do you think we got on that?
None. Unfortunately. There's no provision that requires them to pay.
If somebody appeals?
Right,
Wow.
right. I mean, it's just the way our US legal system runs. Everybody bears the cost of their own attorneys. If they had an attorney, they would be paying their attorney to the point of withdrawing the appeal as well.
And I think this isn't the first time, was it Sheila Manahan or something? Had appeal, appealed.
That's who filed the appeal, that's correct.
Well, maybe we'll go to the English system where the,
Oh, I have no idea what their system is.
well, yeah,
They're
if
waived.
you know, if you find, if you,
Just get the wig, yes.
if you sue, you lose, they gotta pay your lose their pays.
All right,
They
thank you.
might have a better idea.
Generally,
whatever.
you don't get legal fees.
Be that as it
unless the
may,
statute allows for it.
It seems to be less activity in that area. So let's see what happens, that's all. Okay. So now we go back to our executive director's report, which is behind tab 7. Was it? Actually, tab 6. I mean, yeah, okay, you all can read it for yourself there. She talks about most of what she talks about has already been talked about. Do you have any specific questions?
On the solid waste division, in the bold, it says Public Law 167 for internet websites is now in effect, and that was a lot of help for me when I was getting up to speed, but there's still some things that are missing that I guess.
Yeah, there was one item that she said that we thought we were up to stuff on, we're not. She said that funds didn't come into.
You're supposed to have all consultants and any consultants that are out on contract. You have to have them listed and.
Right, which I think,
they're not on the website, but you may have them someplace.
well, it will be. I think it was just a matter of, we just did it last month probably. Didn't get
We
it
made our
all.
appointments last month.
So,
We have last year's on
I don't
there?
know.
No, it was February 1st it went into effect.
But I thought she said it went into effect June 1st, but she stood corrected and said it went into effect before
February
that.
1st.
Yeah, so I know, I got a report from her that they were gonna put them on. Might be on today, I don't know, did you check today?
Yes.
They're not on? I know that they were doing it.
And when she's been on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
And she has-
but as far as you know, that's the only thing is not posted?
There's some little things, but that's the big one. It seems like when I'm reading through this, you're appointing a lot of contractors and specialists to do things, and if you do that every month, you have a lot of them. I don't know that you do that every month, but
Well, yeah, but we have a set group of them and they have a report every month.
well, there's a few appointments in the back for.
Well, yeah, because it's the beginning of the year. So our year is February, you know that, right?
So you don't appoint them last month?
Yes. That's my question to you. As far as you're concerned, you think that those appointments are not on the, we're sure of that, they're not on the system. So we're gonna see that it's on. As I said, Debbie told me that she was doing it. I don't know if that was today or tomorrow. Now, see, the way we do it, we have to order the, what's that outfit we use or somebody.
You don't do them yourself?
No.
Sorreza Studios.
Sorreza Studios, website.
Website,
So what, you email it to them and they put it on?
Yes.
I believe, yeah. Somehow we'll make sure that we try to have everything
Yeah,
open.
it was handy to have the audits and the budget. I know that hasn't been signed yet, so that's not posted. So she said.
Yeah, it's a good question because the state has to sign that and.
It seems like a long time to get an authority budget signed. I mean,
Pardon?
it's a long time to get an authority budget signed.
Yeah.
They're
it's good.
understaffed of the state.
Got a budget for it.
Well, but basically, they put it through their mumbo jumbo machine and they sign it.
Yeah, they were always fast turning them around back when I was doing them.
Not now.
When they weren't understaffed back in the day. They're understaffed now.
Well, whatever. So
I know a lot of the good people retired.
we're, yeah, they did. Matter of fact, everybody did. where we're short is listing the professionals, right?
Yes.
And the budget. And
All
we'll,
the contractors you use are for the professional route. I think you have to meet the 1750,
we probably,
17500.
you know, a lot of, we don't have many overlap, believe it or not. What do we have? Even vendors over 17, is that required?
I don't know about vendors, but they're not really consultants. They're not providing a service and
Right.
providing a product.
Yeah, we probably have 4. Right? Yes, it might be 5.
Well, we'll get it done.
Yeah, we'll get it done, yeah. Also, on the cutting edge, we do the video of our meetings, which we've been doing that for a year, year and a half. How long have we been doing that? 2 years? A year and a half? Okay. So, any questions on the executive director's report? Hearing none, without objection, I'll order the report filed.
Mr. Chair, I'm sorry if I could before. I was looking in here, reading the Gateway Business Park water tower OEM equipment. Has a green light to proceed, I see.
Yes.
Okay.
You want an answer to that? The engineer is waiting to get to Oldman's Townships for permits.
Gotcha.
I checked that out.
Thanks, Jim. Another one was, I didn't see anything here for our buildings next door. Any progress?
Well, I bumped into the president of the city council.
Charles Lawton, or no, the president,
Karen
Karen Tuthill.
Right. Well, I said, Acme, somewhere I saw it everywhere. So, but she said that everything seems to be moving along, and I said, like you wanted to? She said, well, slowly. She said, but we think it's going to become reality. So,
John, I can bring you an update on that.
Oh, good.
Last week at the city planning board, we
Oh.
extended the settlement. They hope, it was supposed to be March 8th. We gave them another 60 days, but they're looking at going to settlement the first week of April, possibly the second week. It should be finished by the second week of April. And they'll have settlement, and then they'll start on the buildings. But we don't have anything to do with that.
That's a good thing.
okay.
We're not
Any other questions concerning the executive director report? Hearing none, without objection, order received and filed. Hearing no objection, so ordered. Okay, old business, tab 7. Resolution authorizing charge off, that's on the table. Resolution, hold on. Okay, new business, tab 8. Resolution appointing broker of record for health benefits only. You have a chance to review this resolution. Any questions? Well, first of all,
Motion to approve.
have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any questions on the motion? This is only for dental, as I believe, right? And the way I understand it, no one wants it because it's a very small thing, and the county has the same program, the city has the same program, and they piggyback it. That's my understanding. So, move to second. Hearing no questions. Move to second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Yeah, this is one that exceeds the 17.5, so they would be listed.
No, they don't exceed 17.5.
It
Okay.
says it will likely exceed.
I don't think it will, but
That's in the resolution.
Yeah, I understand. I think it's because it might. I think it's right in that neighborhood. Okay. Okay, resolution 1257 table. January 20, appointment of human resources risk management consultant, proposal withdrawn. Okay. We have the proposal withdrawn. What? So we can, it's tabled, we leave it die, right, Adam?
Then we're gonna put out for rebid, right?
Well, yeah, but not for this
No,
resolution.
no.
Well, I think, probably the best thing to do is make a motion to withdraw the resolution.
Okay,
I'll make that motion.
Been moved and seconded, I think, previously, so.
yeah, okay.
Withdraw.
So moved and seconded to withdraw. Any questions on the motion? Hearing no questions, moving second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so that person made an offer. We looked at it, they withdrew the offer, they're off the table, so we have to now advertise for another person to do those duties. Well, hold on, I think it's down below here.
And now the one that's withdrawing was a human resources risk management. The one you're putting in is a risk management, human resources. Is the focus more on risk management on the second one than?
No, I
It's
don't,
just the way it was typed up.
yeah, I don't think so, no. I think
Not like ingredients?
yeah,
Go in any direction.
Well, the resolution was already made, so I
Yeah,
would
but we're-
reverse it.
that's later on down the line, we'll take a look at it when we get there, right? Okay, resolution authorizing public sale of various surplus equipment needed. Last year, we adopted a resolution determining that there was a lot of items out there that we didn't need. Apparently, you can put them on so-and-so.gov, sort of managed by the state, is that correct, the terminology?
Right, it's a internet
Bid.
auction company,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
But a lot of governing bodies, municipalities use it, it's approved by the state.
Motion approved?
Second.
Yeah, moving second, any questions on the motion? Moving second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution authorizing disposal of surplus property via, hold on. Okay, the first one is authorizing the sale. The second one is selecting Go Deals to do it.
I make a motion, we approve it.
Is that different than the gov deal?
I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing.
Gov Deals got
It's
wrong,
Gov
that's a,
Deals.
that's a miss.
It's a typo.
Mr. B.
Make a motion, we approve.
Gov deals, okay.
Move.
Second.
Move second, any questions on this motion? Move second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Have you used Gov Deals before?
No.
No, I know the county has, and I know some towns have has, I've never,
Okay, you just need one contact person, that's all they'll deal with.
That's correct. That's already been set up.
yeah, I imagine, 6 hands in the pie. Okay. Okay, resolution, amending prior resolution, fixing dates. There was a typo on the dates, December meeting. This corrects it.
Motion approved?
Second, I'll second. Move second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, move second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so that's corrected.
John, what is the correct date for the December meeting?
16th.
Joan, do you have it?
The 16th.
The 16th.
Yeah,
It
we
was
had-
the 13th, right?
Right.
Well, yeah, that
Okay.
was wrong. That's a Saturday, isn't it?
I was
Or-
like, okay.
Yeah,
Just wanna make
that was a
sure.
typo, I believe.
Yeah.
That's all I was- Okay, thank you.
And you got it printed that way. Okay, here's the question. Resolution appointing GZA Environmental as hydrological engineer. Now, Bob, right before the meeting, questioned whether we were paying this guy portal to portal, or,
Well, the contract says portal to portal,
I
and
understand
they're
that.
located in Hamilton, and
Well,
it seems like
the
a,
individual lives between here and Woodstown.
yeah, well, that's.
And
that's
I
good.
was under the impression, although I don't know, that he was just charging from that portal, and that was one of the reasons why we stayed with him, because he was nearby. Now, I can't swear to that, and Debbie's not here, and Melinda, are you aware of that?
He lives in Mannington.
Let's
Right.
table it until we find out where we're getting charged.
Yeah.
So he comes from Mannington?
Right, and that was the idea,
He takes the vehicle
and
home.
usually he's here as a public
Yeah. Surprised he's not
participant.
here tonight, but.
Yeah, I'm surprised, I told her that she has our whole be here. So,
I'm not sure what the expediency is of getting them up to, in and start working. But if, I mean, the other
Hold on.
alternative to tabling it would be, to approve it subject to, us making sure we're comfortable with it, portal to portal.
but,
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's not an emergency, but it's kind of urgent that we get them going on this in April.
Okay, so
like the
if we-
monitoring.
I'll make the motion that we approve this pending, we clarify portal to portal where the portal is, and we want it to be Mannington, and that the person that's doing the inspections, whatever he's making is gonna equal out if somebody had to come further to come to do the inspections. Does that sound good?
I think you can simplify it just by saying it's subject to us not being charged travel costs from Hamilton to here, to.
It may be more than that. It's, the testing is 140 an hour, so it means that that person is a senior project manager that's doing the testing. I don't know that you need a senior project manager to get to measure the water level in the
Most of
well.
the time, Jim Engel does all the testing.
Who's that,
That is the person that lives in Mannington.
the senior project manager?
I don't know if he's a senior project manager, but he's the one that does most of the testing. And this is a not to exceed 28.8.
And it's higher this year than last year because we need more.
We've got more
We're doing
piezometers.
more.
We're doing a lot more monitoring.
But here's the problem. We don't know the answer to these questions sitting here.
If it's just measuring the level in the wells, the project manager, technical specialist should be able to do that.
Maybe he's not a,
Well, if you have to pay the travel for that, that's different.
Can we do it for 1 month? Approve it for 1
That's
month?
a continuing from last time, right?
Well, yeah, it's continuation of services
prior
that have already
contract.
been in place.
well,
That's
why couldn't we do this? Why couldn't we table this, authorize the executive director to continue the service for 1 month till it's clarified?
We could do that too.
Also move that motion.
That sound good?
Works for me.
It's a new scope of work.
The only problem is it's a new scope of work.
Yeah, then
This is
that's
a continuation on what he did before, but
Yeah,
we've added
but-
those new piezometers.
But the 1 month is not gonna be 17,500.
That's correct.
It's gonna be
Okay.
1,000 or two, so
And then we can clarify the issue.
clarify it and,
I mean, so long as it's, I mean, if we're gonna get technical, I mean, so long as it's under 15% of 17.5, whatever that number is, then you're not required to get quotes. So, you know, if it's between that number, whatever 15% of 17.5 is.
10% be 1,700.
Well, it's a
be
continuing
2,400
contract
or
from last year.
725,
You can't go
26.
above 20% of last year's contract.
Well, what the problem is that it's, what I'm hearing, it's almost a different,
It's an increase.
almost a
There's
different
a different well,
contract.
there's 11
It's a-
11
It's a
wells.
different scope of work.
They're
so
monitoring
that-
additional piezometers. They're doing the same kind of work, they're just doing
There's more
more.
of them, there's 11 more.
So why don't we just continue it, so long as it, whatever that number is, the 15% of 17.5, as long as it doesn't exceed
2,400,
that number.
2,500, something like
Yeah.
that.
Do it not to exceed, I'm sure they
We'll just do the
can.
1 month
do the
contract, so long
Okay.
as it doesn't exceed that number, then we're.
I'll make that
fine with
motion.
the 1 month
That
contract.
motion is made. We have a second on that motion.
Second.
Moved and second. Any questions on that motion? Moved and second. Any questions on the motion? Moved and second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 So it would have been 8.
Okay, so Debbie will be back. Did she say she'll be back tomorrow or not?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday? So Jim, we rely on, well, Melinda, you'll get on top of her right away,
Oh, yeah.
get that squared away and, yeah, do this with an email as to the resolution of it. A resolution of the
That's
resolution.
authorizing them and then the scope.
Okay, where we at?
Bob, could you email some questions to Debbie that you're interested in, so we can move that real fast?
Well, we know we need clarification on quarter to quarter. I understand that.
And then the
who-
person doing the
The hourly
inspection.
rate.
Yes.
What his level is.
Who's doing the monitoring? I understand.
What
What I was
is,
looking at, if he's portal to portal, and it's 150 hours scope, he's taking out 50 of them traveling, and you may not have enough hours to
Yeah,
do it.
understandable.
But
I think because he's a local guy, I don't think he's been.
yeah,
I don't think so either, but if he's local, but
yeah, that was one of the reasons why we,
the billing people may think he's. Well, I don't know.
but that was one of the reasons why we, because I often ask that question, why do we do that? This is local.
So, you looking for that too?
Pardon?
Yeah,
Is it not in there?
I'm sure I'm gonna find it.
Okay, so where are we at? That's off the table, right? Next item. Resolution awarding contract for
There's another one.
information technology services.
Maybe no one has it.
What's that?
Would that be TCN?
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be
TCN.
PC Networks is what I understood.
Well,
Oh, it says PC Network at the bottom here, submitted by PCN, PC Networks is what it says.
Yeah.
Okay. Same operation.
but are we ready for that? I mean,
Yeah. I think the time is,
Ready to go. I mean,
yeah.
county wanted to cut us off at the end of this month.
I hear you, but you see those numbers, that's scary stuff.
You want to table until she gets back?
I don't wanna do that, because we'll be out here, we'll really have a higher efficient doing the job.
Jim, do you know if that's gonna be critical, if we go another month without this movement?
I think, well, first off, there's two decisions here. This outfit does the software, and the equipment's another item. The real money's in the equipment. So if we decide on the Hughes network, whatever it is, or Dish network, as opposed to no network, instead of buying a repeater and all that stuff.
Well, this is listing them as our consultant.
Right. So that's not where the money's at.
Right, so I'll make a motion, we approve it then,
I was,
because we do need a consultant on this.
yeah, I agree with that.
Mhm.
And where's that resolution? I can't find the resolution.
It's
There it is,
tab 8.
yeah. Yeah. All right, so the idea is to hire them. We still have not made the decision to buy this heavy-duty, high-cost electronic gadgetry. We might get away with use. So, all right, I'll
Second the
do
motion.
that. Yeah, we have a motion on, moved and seconded. Any questions on the motion? Moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
This is another one that exceeds the 17.5, and they would be listed.
You know, I'm just thinking about that. Oh, that's something else. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I know Debbie told me that she was putting that stuff on. She thought she didn't have to put it on until June. But she was corrected. It had to be put on by February, whatever.
February 1st.
And she was under the impression it was June 1st. So whatever it is,
Well, we didn't make our appointment until February 28th or something.
well, I understand, but, well, last year should have, well, yeah. No, we did some in December. But we'll be that as a
I'm sure you
It passed in January last year, and it had until February 1st to be
we
implemented.
hold them up here for one. I'll use it. Okay, so let's move along here.
You know, just backing up, I was just thinking that GZA thing, I was thinking about that a little bit more. We don't have to worry about that 15% of the 17.5, because it's a professional service. We can hire whoever we want. And I just.
Well, I understand. We don't like to do
Don't
that.
worry about that 2,400 or whatever that number
Yeah.
was. We're not locked
Well, it's
in.
not gonna go over that.
Yeah,
It's not gonna go over it anyway, but just to clarify that.
and chances are they're not gonna get started till the middle of the month anyway, and whatever, so I'm not too concerned about it.
I think you make out better as a continuation of last year's contract. And you're allowed to go 20% above last year's contract.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I was concerned about was it was apparently
More
different, it's a different work scope. So, you know, continuing that contractor, it's not the exact same contract, there's some different things that are being done apparently, so that was my only worry.
I don't think you're,
Different number, that's all.
yeah, it's just more. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Same, you're painting the wall, instead of that wall, it's 4 walls.
Yeah, however you want to do it, I
Okay,
just want
whatever.
to clarify
We're in
that
business.
50% thing.
Okay. Correspondence, you all had hold on, resolution, motion to hire, otherwise to hire part-time temporary labor. This is for the temporary labor we usually hire in the summer, spring, summer. Melinda, give us about 10 seconds on that.
Well, we do have one individual who is a college student that is ready to start in the summer, who is one of the last summer's participants, a very good hard worker. But I also was looking at hiring a part-time temporary laborer who has a skill in painting, to paint inside the buildings because they're in bad need of painting, and also to pick up litter. This person would be paid out of the Clean Communities grant because the grant stipulates that we need to have somebody picking up litter.
Yeah, that's what's listed here, so I'll make a motion to approve that.
Yeah. Okay, motion.
Second.
Question on the motion, I have a question. This is money that's in the budget.
This is money from the grant, from the Clean Communities grant.
I understand, but in the budget.
Yes.
In that budget,
Yes.
okay, yeah, I just want to affirmatively answer to that.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions?
What's part-time, just 32 hours a week? How many
32 or
weeks?
less.
How many weeks?
32 or less. 11.
Right.
Mhm.
Will we hire 3 people last year?
No, 2.
2, is that all it was?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay, that was at the landfill town, we have it down here. We had
Yeah,
insurance.
that's specifically the solid waste division. It
Right.
has nothing to do with the Finlaw building. I'm not sure what they're,
yeah, I understand.
okay,
We're on the same page.
okay.
Okay, moving to second, all those, any question on the motion? Hearing no question, moving to second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Man. What else? Correspondence, you all had a chance to review the correspondence. Any questions? Hearing no questions, without objection, I'll order the correspondence received and filed. So ordered. Okay, that's that. That's hard for me to believe. Should we like come up with some more stuff? Public comments,
There's no executive session.
no, not required. Okay, entertain a motion to open the meeting up to the public. So moved. There, second? Second, moved and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, remember our rules, stand up, state your name and address, ask one question, make one comment, give up the floor. Give the floor up to the second person, and if you have more, you go round and round, and you don't have too many people here, so that shouldn't be a problem. Anybody in the audience have any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Julie Acton, 17 Church Street, Pennsville. I want
Well-
to say congratulations to Mr. Whitfield on his appointment. And I wanted to ask, did you get paperwork, the resolution that was able to pass? Thank you. Thanks, Jim.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
at the beginning of the meeting, I made
Good,
mention of that.
good, sorry. I had extended an invitation to your board to come to the freeholders meeting for like a joint meeting, as we did last year, just like an annual update.
Mhm.
So hopefully we could find a convenient time that your board can meet, or a couple members, not so much a full board meeting, but just a brief update.
Yeah,
like we
Debbie
did last
had,
year.
matter of fact, I think there's some correspondence, they were shooting for May something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever
but she
it
was
is.
also, she corresponded with them and asked them what they'd like to talk about, so we could.
Oh, yeah, we,
So as soon as we hear about
Just
that.
like an annual report, and not, like I said, not so much a full board, so then you won't have to advertise it, but just maybe a couple members,
Alright.
executive director, and maybe you as the chair,
Yeah.
to come and just give
Okay,
us an
well,
update.
We'll take that up as a board, and, well, I think what we did before, we had the meeting, only 2 members were invited, but the other people could come, the other members could come and sit, listen.
As a courtesy,
Yeah,
and
right,
just
yeah.
a
Okay.
communication piece.
And there's no specific agenda, it would be a report from us?
Yep. sounds
Okay.
good.
Sounds good.
And this is just a side note, I was looking at your binders, you might want to think about going paperless. That's a lot of paper.
I
They
hear you,
recycle
but,
everything, so,
Do you?
yeah.
yeah,
They very good.
there's, we recycle.
And that was just
iPads.
the,
iPads for everyone.
but thank you.
The Pittsburgh School does.
Well, then we'll be getting, people, we have people from the public wanting full copies of this. We provide one here, so if you have an iPad, what do you do? Like,
Well, you have to print out some copies for that. Put them on a.
I didn't mean
flash
to
drive.
make a discussion out of it. I
No,
was just-
well, it's a legitimate, you know, if you don't do enough, everybody says you're not writing down enough, you do too much, you say you're wasting paper. I don't know what the answer is. The answer-
Motion to close the public portion?
Second, was there anybody
Oh,
else?
we got more public?
Might have some more questions.
Right.
All right, I guess it falls under public. Dale Cross, Pennsville. Mr. Chair, who's responsible for sending out the agenda?
Debbie,
Okay. I put in a request at the end of last year, and moving forward for 2013 to get it in advance so we could kind of review it.
well,
It took place 1 month, and then the next month it was,
well, here's
Now
the
the third
problem, it changes till Friday. And of necessity it must, because, I mean, our business continuously changes, there are always questions. The outline
I
can
would have
be.
taken it on Friday.
Huh?
I could have received that email on Friday. I didn't get anything this time around, that's my point. So you don't have the chance to review it prior.
I know it went out late Friday.
Late Friday.
But it did go out Friday, because I was also copied too.
Yeah.
I think it normally goes out
I
by
got
Friday.
mine late, I know.
It was late
Yeah,
Friday.
it was late.
It was late Friday.
You didn't get it all?
I got an email today stating that my request for the organizational chart would be in the front of the binder, that was all I got. No attachments or anything else.
Yeah, well, I
So,
think,
just
I think I saw your name on my copies, but I'll double check.
just a heads up. The second one, there was has there been a meeting of the committee that was formed, I guess, to discuss a potential raise for the executive director?
No. There was a meeting of myself and Lou, I'm trying to, and,
I know there was a discussion on who the committee was going to be.
and we got no further than that. My idea was to speak with each member, because we can't speak as a body without all that rice bologna and all that stuff. So we got to one,
Dale
I'll get to it this week.
Dale Beck Cross and Salem County EJ.
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked down through Friday, I just figured I'd got
I
it late
kind of
Friday.
remember seeing your name on there
Yeah, it's
myself.
on there.
Yeah, it was on
It's only through 43. Just,
I can tell you right there, I'll tell you.
There was one of the emails, the last one didn't have an attachment. And all the other five
We
or
sent
four.
5 different things. I think.
Right.
Because
So there was one that didn't have an attachment, all the other ones were loaded and
Gotcha.
emailed to everybody.
To answer your question,
Thank
Dale,
you.
he and I did have a meeting
Okay.
about it.
Very good.
That's as
Understood.
far as it's got.
Good, thank you.
Okay, well, we'll double check that.
Yeah, is your email?
Who sent it
to the
out?
County or the other?
Mary
Mary Ann.
Finkel.
Mary
Yeah.
Ann sends them out, John.
Maybe that's where the, I don't know.
You know what, I wonder if maybe those 5 attachments, they were quite large attachments.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe they just didn't go through because they were so.
I got it. He's on the list and I'm on the list, and she got it.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I know it was late because I looked for it and I saw it Saturday morning. I didn't see it Friday night.
County made it.
Okay, so where are we at?
Anybody else in the audience want to talk?
Pardon?
Anybody else in the audience?
Run into that.
Okay, okay, any more people in the audience? That was no. Entertain a motion to close the public portion.
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion adjourned.
Hey, there you are.
Motion adjourned.
Motion moved, second, all in favor, signify by aye. That was one of the shortest ones ever.